Speaking of pants, I just bought a belt for $200 and it didn't fit. You're stupid. Hey, folks, this is Nick.
And I'm Brandon, and this is Coast to Coast.
I kind of want to try it now. I'm not going to lie.
Because you're being coast to coast.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, shit. I
Ooh. Hello, Brandon.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast podcast. We missed last week. Brandon had a long-lost relative come to visit.
Welcome back to the show with the hostess with the mostest. That guy.
And
That guy. Yeah, my uncle was here.
Was it a nice visit? Did you have a nice time?
It was good, dude. Yeah, they were here
Alright.
from oh man, they got here Tuesday or Wednesday. And then they left on Sunday. But my uncle's from Washington. He's a couple states north. And haven't seen him in a few years. So that was really fun. It was a good time.
Nice.
I know we get things rolling. We're like, yeah, we're gonna be back to regular freaking episodes again. Get y'all hyped up. The next week, hey, dude. Sorry.
It is what it is, man. Family.
Hey, family first, right? That's what we always say.
I'm gonna ask you something.
Man. Yeah, I'll do the thing. Like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the stuff early, get it out the way.
Yeah.
All right, what you got? What you
Have we
got?
talked last? I don't know if I mentioned this or not. The three eye atlas thing.
3-Eye Atlas thing.
You
No.
never heard of that?
What are you talking
I
about?
thought you'd be all over that.
Is this a conspiracy thing?
No.
Oh, it's been proven.
So
You know what they say about conspiracy theories? They're only theories until they come true.
So
What's up?
Way far off, they spotted like a comet or something flying, right?
Okay, this is in
This is
space,
like-
I'm assuming.
Like, yes, it's super far. And all you see is this, like every time they showed videos, it's just this little tiny white dot like a star. But for how far away it was zooming pretty fast, like
Yeah.
across the screen. That far away, it should be like barely moving. You shouldn't notice them, you know what I'm saying?
So
I
this
would-
thing's hauling balls.
It's hauling ass, this thing. And somehow they're able to figure out size and stuff. I don't know. I still don't believe half that shit.
I don't even know how they calculate that
There's-
garbage at that distance, dude. That's insane.
I've said once in a different episode we had, like with the James Webb telescope and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
How can they really say something so far away? They have no way to prove that. They don't, like, I can tell you my room is 10 by 10 and I can prove it because I actually can measure it.
Well, and we can show you the measurements too.
Right.
If we
Like, you
really
can-
wanted to, we could take our camera with the tape measure and go, see, this is where it stops.
Right. They can't really prove that their system of measuring is accurate. They have no way to prove that.
Yeah, but buddy, the maths, remember?
Whatever. My
What do
point
they say? The math doesn't lie.
Yeah,
What if you
So-
did the math wrong?
this thing's moving super fast, right? And it's getting to a point where now they can see, like, it's super bright and there's like, you know how you can see the dust and the gas around it, so it looks
Yeah.
like a glow.
Yeah.
And they're saying, like, they're insisting, especially this one guy at a college, I can't remember which college it is, he's a professor, that there's a very good chance they truly believe that there's like, it's what's the point? What was it? It's not like an asteroid, it's like technology.
A spaceship.
As a matter of fact, at one point they said they believe it's nuclear powered.
How would they be able to know it's a nuclear
That's
powered
what I would like to know.
vehicle in space that it's umpteen billion, whatever, however many light, you didn't say how many light years away it is. I'm
No, I
just
don't
assuming
think I
it
did.
must be a shit ton.
I didn't memorize every single thing about it. There's certain things I pay attention to. How far away it was is not what I paid attention to.
Yeah.
For those of you watching, whatever I got wrong, bear with me because I don't always have my facts. I just kind of wing it.
Still, like,
I know
I
I'm
still
close.
want to know though, like, if there's something in space, what leads you to believe that it's technology, and how do you base your assumption, if you will, or your theory, whatever you want to call it, that it's nuclear powered?
The nuclear powered thing threw me. I don't know how they would know that, but the reason why they think it's like alien technology, we'll say,
Uh-huh.
is for one, the gas ball around it with the dot, like the light. Normally, why are you frozen?
I'm not frozen.
You are on my
I'm
end.
listening.
I can hear you, but you're on a free. You're doing nothing. I'll keep talking though, since you can hear me.
I'm moving and everything, dude. I see me on my screen.
Oh, you're blipping. You're starting to come back. There you go.
Your internet connection went out. I don't know.
It
5
might have
minutes
been.
in, 5 minutes, dude. Technical difficulty.
So usually, like if it's a comet or something, it has a tail. All the dust and stuff is like, but it's not. It's staying around.
Really?
If you look at it, really, when they show it, it almost looks like it's a headlight coming at you. That's what it looks like.
That's interesting. So is it headed this way?
Yeah, it's getting close already.
No kidding.
But they're saying the other thing is it's not taking a path like typical asteroids and comets and shit take. It's taking some other weird line,
Oh, it's running zigzag patterns, huh?
and it's the stuff that's it's just wacky. So here's the real thing
Well,
that bothers me.
okay.
And I could be wrong, okay? Again, I could be, but from what I remember seeing and what I'm looking at now, maybe there's some reason I'm off. But do you remember a couple of seasons ago we were talking about the James Webb Telescope and all that?
Yeah, wasn't that when they started to like declassify the UFO information and stuff about aliens or whatever?
Yeah, remember I said
Because our seasons aren't years long, people. Our
no.
seasons are a few months or
Yeah.
whatever.
Remember I was like, I don't believe in the James Webb and Hubble because
Yeah.
the pictures they're taking are so like, how can they take that amazing of a picture
Uh-huh.
that freaking far away and
Uh-huh.
it sends back and forth and all this shit, and yet our stupid cell phone,
Instantaneously.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like,
But yeah, because you mentioned cell phone connections not being able to be made, and how satellite phones aren't even that responsive and all that other
right,
kinds of
but like,
stuff.
or the dude, the thing that they have on Mars that fucking checks around, that thing shoots pictures back
Yeah.
instantaneously.
Yeah.
So here's the thing,
Well, and
those
I think we
pictures,
also talked about how every picture of the Earth from space has been the same picture since like
yeah,
1980 something
it
or
doesn't
whatever
ever
it
look any
was.
different.
It looks exactly the same in every, it's like a carbon copy of the same picture that was taken back in the day, is what we were alluding to.
So remember how like the Hubble and stuff, they get a picture and they say from the James Webb Telescope, and it's
Yeah.
this galaxy, and they're like, it's this many light years away, and it's like this
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah. They got the
perfect picture.
galaxies and the
Yeah.
nebulas, and it all looks
Okay.
amazing and
Well,
beautiful. And I don't ever know if it's AI or not.
this nobody seems to speak of this, and I don't know why. This, wherever they want to call it, that's coming at us is within our galaxy. It's like getting close where it's passing our planets at any time.
And let me guess, they can't get a close up of it with
They
their
cannot get
telescopes.
a clear picture of it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
What? They're
They
taking
took a
they're,
picture
they're
of it with the
taking pictures
James
of
Webb.
stuff.
They took a picture of it with the James Webb, and it looks just like the image the regular shit took. It's just a little bigger, but it's still just distorted. It looks horrible.
They're taking pictures of stuff. They're saying it's however many dozens or hundreds or whatever the number is of galaxies away, and it's clear as day. This thing's in our system,
And they can't get a
and
close
they
up of it.
can't get a picture. What's it got? Some like alien cloaking invisibility shield or something? Like, what the hell?
Blows my okay. So go ahead and talk about what you want to say, because I'm gonna look
That's
up and
amazing.
I'm gonna do a comparison.
Oh man, talk about what I want to say. Good Lord, you just dropped a bomb on me. What I want to say is this. You know, they oh man, do I really want to get into this?
It's scary, ain't it?
Okay. Okay. I need to pull up something on my phone and I'm gonna read it. Um, I think pretty much verbatim the way that I wrote it back in the day. I had a conversation with a with another human being. We were messaging back and forth. This is a person that I've always respected and cared about deeply. This person is, however, an atheist. Um, so okay. Oh boy. Here we go. This is what I wrote, and I'm just gonna read this. I wrote this on November 17th, 24. Um, Nick and I we've joked around about the whole flat earth thing before and versus globe. Are we actually a spinning ball in space? And this is what I wrote because this individual and I we're getting pretty good into our debate here. I said, I've always found this to be a fascinating topic, especially when getting into the science of things. So they say that the Earth rotates at about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator and close to zero at the poles, North Pole and South Pole. Earth orbits the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, while our entire solar system is moving around the center of the Milky Way at 490,000 miles per hour. To top it off, the Milky Way is moving through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. And Google says the odds of Earth's existence are 1 in a trillion up to 1 in a quintillion. I asked Google when the rotation of Earth was first documented, and the Google AI response said, quote, verbatim. So don't even try to ding me on this, YouTube. Verbatim quote from Google's AI, quote, the first relatively accurate calculation of Earth's rotational speed is generally attributed to 1851, when French physicist Leon, I can't pronounce his last name, Foucault, Foucault is how it's
Lord
spelled.
Farquaad?
Lord Farquaad. When French physicist Leon, I'm just going to say F, demonstrated Earth's rotation using his famous pendulum experiment, which allowed for direct measurement of the rotation with enough precision to detect variations. End quote. Here's where I continued writing what I said. So we have the year 2024 minus the year 1851. That equals 173 years of science versus however many thousands of years of documented various religious beliefs, regardless of their basis. Though I will say that we as a society, as a whole, have drastically started to separate ourselves from God in recent decades, I personally find those thousands of years of religious documentation to be more believable than the roughly 173 years of, quote, science.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not saying the earth is flat. And that's where I left it.
I tell you.
The individual I was talking to is a family member of mine. He then changed the subject and we got into something different. But
smart.
But that's where I want to start with what I'm going to point out here. I believe, and I've shared this with you before, it would be idiotic of us to state or claim that we are the only intelligent beings in existence, because we have no idea if we're God's first experiment or his 597 millionth. We have no idea.
Or even if we were the first, it doesn't mean there ain't more.
Exactly. Maybe he's perfected it since then. Maybe we're the last. Maybe we are a perfect race in his eyes. We don't know, right? So if we are a giant ball of earth doing all those things, flying through the infiniteness of the freaking universe, and Google's AI says 1 in a quintillion is the possibility of us existing. Cool. If that's an alien aircraft, cool. I want to see it, right? That's exciting. That means that God furthered himself, furthered us, if you will, with his other creation, or, 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 it's complete and utter total hype, is what I'm going to say. I don't want to say BS. I'm going to say hype. Um, because when God created us, he created us in his image, which means we are already essentially perfect. We do have free will and freedom of choice, and we can express ourselves and we can create things. AI is gonna absolutely just be an extreme game changer for the human race. That's about as politically correct as I can put it without saying that it's gonna destroy the world eventually. So I'm at that point now where, I mean, dude, you open up your phone, you open up a computer, you go to get your source of information, regardless of where you get it from, whether it's a magazine, an old school newspaper, word of mouth, internet. Nobody knows what's real and what's not anymore. The only thing that's real is God.
Truth.
The only thing that is 100% definitively real, I will die on this hill, is that God put us here and every single one of us serves a purpose for him.
Even the ones that don't believe.
Even the ones that don't believe. I want to definitely get to the truth of things, right? If that's an alien aircraft, awesome. Figure out everything that you can about it. But if we've got technology that allows us to see the fact that they have stated the universe is ever expanding and is infinite and always growing, you got the technology to determine that, you say definitively, but you can't get a clear picture of what my buddy Nick here brought up. Something is not right here. Something is not adding up. One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Well, the other thing that don't make
kiss
no
your
sense,
own ass.
Here's the other deal. Like, if it's an asteroid, for whatever reason they're able to, they can kind of pretty much know the path it's going to take.
How?
I don't know how.
Because space is a vacuum, so anything that's traveling in one
It's just
direction
gonna
is going
go
to
that
continue
way.
in that direction until it hits something, or so they say.
So they know, they're like, okay, this thing. The reason they think this, because it's weird, because of the line it's following,
Mhm.
and they're
You're
showing,
going to
okay,
say it's curving, isn't it?
well, it's getting close, and they're showing exactly, and then by this day it's going to be by this planet, and this day it's this planet. It's supposed to be, I think, Mars, and so I can't remember which one, the Jupiter. I forget. I was just watching it last night, and then they show it go on and go by, and when it's coming through, there's supposed to be like a major flare off the sun that's going to just barely kind of hit it. Here's the thing.
What, the flare off the sun
Yeah.
just enough to where we won't be able to see it flying over our planet?
Well,
how convenient.
Here's the thing. And then like it dips down, so it's like under the planets. But here's what I don't get. Let's say that it's technology, right? So basically saying alien.
Yeah.
How do they know where it's going to go? How do they know that the aliens are flying and they're going to fly right past in this pattern? And that's where they're going to go that way. How would you know that? How do you
Well,
know
have
they're not
they?
going to come here and all of a sudden they're just going to come right?
Well, you said they came out and they said they think it might be a nuclear powered vessel, right?
Right.
Have they outright said aliens are coming? Are we going to have an Independence Day in real life? The movie, the Will
You
Smith
know what really
movie.
kills me is if there is alien, for some reason my brain's like, they're supposed to be high technology is what they portray in movies and shit. So when they
Yeah.
say it's nuclear, I'm like, why do I feel like when we go, if we go nuclear, like that's advanced for us. But I
Mhm.
feel like for the alien technology we're thinking's going to happen, our
Mhm.
nuclear shit's probably like, to them, us using gasoline in our car, right?
Could be. Could be.
So
I
check
mean,
this out.
they're supposed to have crazy, crazy technology. Again, according to the movies and shows and stuff.
So
Show and tell with Nick.
here we are with what I was talking about. As you see, look how nice these pictures are. This is the
Yeah,
James
they're
Webb.
beautiful. They're beautiful. I'm telling you, dude. It's like an AI generated image.
Like,
It looks
look at this.
phenomenal.
Look at this planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like something that AI generated.
So you see all these beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
Now they try to take a picture of this.
Oh, that one looks like a fiery red eyeball, like the
This
Sauron
one?
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sauron,
like the
yeah.
thing from Lord of the Rings, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Here you go. Here's the spaceship coming after us.
Where? What?
That's the James Webb picture of that.
Hang on. When did this come published yesterday?
It just happened. Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's the picture.
When was this taken?
Just recently, like
Wait, they're saying that's the James Webb Space Telescope's image of it?
yeah. The first
You've
James Webb
got
Telescope
to be
observations took
joking.
place on August 6th, which researchers make use of blah blah blah. So I don't know if they did like why didn't they take a clear picture of it? Look at all the squares. It's so digital.
That is insane. What is this? You remember that Minesweeper game on the
This is
old
like,
school computers? That's what it looks like.
Freaking Minecraft, man. So you got that, or you can get these. Which one you want?
What a joke. Oh my God, dude.
So that's
That's
what I'm
insane.
talking about. Now maybe it's far enough away. Maybe for some reason it wouldn't be super, but like that's what they like. You're using the James Webb, and you give us that.
Yeah, you're giving us something out of the Pixels movie with Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That's called don't let them see anything because with it we can say anything we want.
See, here's the thing about that, and I'm not saying I'm the most intelligent person in the world because I'm definitely not. But I believe that you and I have become pretty accustomed to let's just say reading between the lines of certain things over the years. Why are they publishing that? What else is going on elsewhere in the world is what I want to know. I see stuff like that, dude. And that was published yesterday. That's the official picture. You saw the difference in clarity. I saw the difference in clarity. Anyone who watches this on YouTube is going to see the difference in clarity.
If they want to say
why
like,
was
we're
it
doing
so
an
important to
infrared
do
shot
that?
or whatever, if they're taking the time to take a picture, why did they take a picture?
I'm saying, dude, what is going on somewhere else in the world where this is going to be what the media covers instead?
Gavin Newsom.
Oh my God. You really got a hard on for the governor of my state,
I can't
man.
handle that guy.
Dude, I can't stand him either. He's a scumbag. But man, dude, every time we've talked, you and me, for the last, I don't know, probably 3 months now, you're like, hey, did you hear what your governor did? Hey, did you hear what your governor did? Hey, did you hear this new thing your governor's doing? I'm like, dang, dude, you know more about it than I do, and I live here.
I probably wouldn't bring it up so much, but it's the fact that you live there. That's why I do.
You remember the what's in their water we used to do with Florida?
Yes, we should.
Oh, those were so much fun, dude. Those were so great.
We could probably get some good ones these days.
Oh, bro. Oh, I bet.
Maybe we'll bring those back. I'm gonna start looking for some good stories.
What's in their water? News or fake news? Those were fun too.
They were.
Yeah, we need at least 3 people to run a news or fake news, though. I don't.
Yeah, news
can't
fake.
Just do it.
We need somebody that's reading it to us.
Yeah, that was fun though.
What was the one where the guy was in a wheelchair with no hands? He was
armed robbery or whatever.
They say, well, he has no hands, so technically he is armed.
It kind of makes me almost feel like a horrible human being.
Oh,
but
man, we're going to hell for that.
But we didn't do it to be offensive. No, it was supposed to be comical. Yeah. I thought it was funny. It's all get up, dude. I was laughing my ass off. We're gonna get you might not, but I might get a little bit of flack. And be like, well, Brandon's over here talking about God. All that dude ever does is curse. Oh. F this and F that. Yeah, I'm a sinner. Hello. Oh
Oh,
man.
I think I got the flumes.
What did you say last time we sat down? Um, you said if you did the math and you backtracked 2030, somewhere between 2030 and 2034 was going to be 2000 years or whatever since
I believe it was
uh
2030,
is it 2030 or 2034?
somewhere. I don't remember.
But basically Jesus is coming, right?
I mean, I thought it was 33 BC when he because he was 33.
Well,
So,
okay, so let me ask you this because
but
you're
there's
way
like
more,
most people are saying 2030 is going to be a messed up year because
yeah.
it's about the area. But there's been people going, is next month like there's a lot going around like next month is supposed to be something bad's happening. The
Huh.
problem is these people keep saying, well, we figured it out because if you look at the timeline and you go by God's time and all this stuff, but
Yeah.
you can't figure it out. It's all over the Bible. You can't figure it out. Nobody knows.
Well, let me ask you this. When they first started incorporating it with like the calendar and everything, right? So you had BC and then AD and all that other kinds of jazz.
Mhm.
When Jesus died, was that year 0 or was that year 1?
It would have been 30. Let me look
So
it up.
did it go essentially BC, Jesus died, we're in year 0, or are we in automatically year 1? I had this conversation with a coworker of mine.
Okay, so they're saying Jesus' crucifixion was in either 30 AD or 33. I want to say 33 because I could have swore they said he was 33 years old when he was crucified. I'm positive that's
Mm,
what it was. But
mm,
it was somewhere in between. It was somewhere 30 or 33. I believe
mm.
his birth is considered year 0
So his birth would be year 0.
because BC is
Okay,
before
so then
Christ.
so then if he was 33, 2000 years later would be
2033.
2033. So 2034, 9 years away, would be the whole coming back thing. This is the conversation that my coworker and I were having.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And I'm like, so you think it's 2034, huh? Because you had mentioned 2030 on the podcast, and I got my wheels turning. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to this guy about it because him and I talk about God all the time. Um, he's awesome, dude. I love the guy. He's
Yeah,
like
we should
you.
bring
You'd
him
like him a
on.
lot. You would like him a lot.
Would he come on the show?
No, because you're my friend.
Ay, ay,
Uh,
ay.
but the way he put it, it made sense, you know. Um, 2034. And I'm like, that's cool. That was my first reaction. I'm like, that's cool. I'm down. Here's why. Um, I know where I'm going. And when he gets here, if I'm outside and I'm like, I see Jesus ascending from the heavens, right? With my own eyes, nobody can try to say that that shit's fake. Even if it's plastered all over the internet. And I've already told you my qualms that I have with AI and the way that the world is going and the internets and all that jazz. Still, that's awesome. Where do I need to go to meet my maker? Right. Um, that's exciting to me
It
for
is.
a couple reasons. Reason number one, everything we're doing down here in this life is practice for the next. First off, then in my opinion, right? Secondly, in 9 years, my son will only be 17 and my daughter will only be 13. Um, I'm not worried about them at all
Oh,
because
definitely
they're
not.
still going to be kids.
They're
And
guaranteed.
I've been trying to teach them anyways, but like you just said, they're guaranteed. So, dude, whether it's tomorrow, next month, 9 years from now, any point in time during my lifetime until the day that I get called home, that's cool because I'll be going home. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I it baffles me that there are people out there that live with this inherent fear in the back of their mind for when he does come back. It's like, okay, so you must be some kind of freaking devil worshiper or something. Like, that sucks for you.
Sucks for
Sorry.
you.
Sorry. But we have free choice for a reason. We've got freedom of religion, especially here in America, for a reason. Well, maybe not so much anymore in America. Just saying, okay. But for a reason, because he gave it to us. So if you choose to live that lifestyle where you're going to end up being fearful of that day when the day comes, that's on you, Sunshine.
I mean, that's a day of all days to be fearful. That's not one.
That is not supposed to be the day.
No.
I mean, I'm going to have some questions for him for sure. For sure, some questions for him. So when I get there, are my wife and kids going to be with me? Because that would be great. Just saying, you know.
Dude, the poor man, God's gonna be like, it's like that person on the day after Christmas when everybody does the returns and that poor customer service person has to deal with all that.
Oh, how cool would it be just to be face to face with Jesus, dude?
Oh man.
Oh, bro. Dude, that's going to be the best day ever.
Whenever I watch stuff like The Chosen, and I always think like the 12 disciples, like they hung out with them, went
Yeah.
everywhere with them. Like how
Yeah.
cool I don't, as much as they do know, it's like, do they really know how cool that was? Like
Oh,
nobody else will
no.
ever get to
No
do that.
way. No way. They had no idea. I don't think they had any idea. In the term in the man, I'm stuttering a lot today. When you used our term, do they know how cool that was? Right. The way that you're thinking about it and talking about it, and the way I'm thinking about how we're getting excited, I don't think their version of cool would be the same as what we would say.
Wouldn't be because we know all the after.
Yeah, exactly. I'll bet you they were appreciative for
that's
sure. But you're right, dude. That is cool. That's super cool.
like the difference would be they questioned a lot, right?
No, they had to.
Understandable. Jesus
Yeah.
is there. They're like, "Are you sure?" Like stuff that makes sense. Why are you doing that? We're on the other side. We've seen all the way to his end. What do we know? All of that. So, like, with what I know now, if I could take what I know from the Bible and all that, but then go hang out with them, I wouldn't question a dang thing. I would follow everything.
I wouldn't question nothing. I would ask questions for things that I don't know, right? I can't definitively say what heaven's going to be like. I've never been there.
That would
Not
be a
yet.
question.
Not yet.
Only
But
question I would have
I
is,
would
can
love
I
to
have
ask
a
it.
hug?
Oh, dude, for sure. 100%. That's question number one. Do you give warm embraces?
I'm a hugger, are you? Because I need a hug.
Dude, he'll look at you and he'll be like, I know you are. Come
Dude,
here.
I'm telling you right now.
He already knows. He knows
if
everything.
if Jesus hugged you, it would not be like any hug you've ever had.
Dude. Oh my God, bro. You
There'd
would
be like an
melt
energy
like
from that,
butter.
and you'd be like, don't ever let go.
You would melt like butter. You'd never want him to let go.
No.
And I promise you, again, I can't say definitively because we haven't actually like physically hugged Jesus. But I have a feeling that feeling that he's going to give you when he gives you that hug, dude, I will bet you that feeling never goes away.
Never.
Ever, ever.
There's people that have passed, right? And they say that they've seen.
Oh, I
and then he
love those
come back.
stories, dude. Those are so cool.
Now, some people can say they don't believe it all they want. I technically do. And a lot of people say they came, like they're there, and then all of a sudden there's a warm light. And they said the peace and the love that you feel is like you
Yeah.
don't want to leave. It
Yeah.
feels incredible.
Yeah. I've heard that.
I want to feel that so bad.
Yeah. So here's my deal. I I think we've shared this before, actually, maybe a couple seasons ago, but I'm not afraid to die, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have a fear of death. Um, I do have a fear, however, of dying and it being the significant end of I'll never see my wife, never see my kids, never see my family or my friends or my loved ones ever again. Because again, we don't definitively know whether or not they're actually watching over us, right? From heaven when they're gone. We don't know for sure, a
There's a
hundred
lot we don't know
percent.
for sure. We won't know until it happens.
Um, I mean, there's some believers out there that say, when you go and your soul ascends to heaven, you forget all of your worldly pain and all that other kinds of stuff, which would essentially mean you forget about your family and your friends. That scares the shit out of me. And that's the only thing about it. Everything else, I don't have a problem with.
You
I
know
don't
what's
have a problem
weird
with at
about
all.
me? When I think about passing,
Uh-huh.
I think I do think about family and whatnot, but I really don't for some reason.
I try not to.
I mostly think about this when I'm like going to camper and when I'm in the country.
Yeah.
And my brain's always, I'm never going to see the beauty of Earth again, like the trees and just
There is that.
like
All of God's
all that.
creation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everything I don't get to see no more.
But you get to experience it anew in heaven. As beautiful of a job as God did here, bro, imagine what's going on
We have
up
no
there.
idea. Some people think you're just a spirit,
Exactly.
or is there another place like this? It's just vast. Like who knows what it is?
How cool would that be?
What I
How
would love heaven
epic.
to be is my most favorite place, and like just the beautiful freaking country, just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we got to take a quick, super
There,
quick little commercial break. We'll catch y'all in a minute. Yeah. Okay. So that was fun. Um, if y'all don't know, Nick and I, like, he knows more than I do. And I'll be the first to admit that. But when it comes to the Bible and talking about God and Jesus and whatnot, Nick is much more educated in it than I am.
and I'm
I'm
not
not
very
saying
educated.
I'm not saying I'm a newbie to it or anything like that, but I'm the kind of person where like I don't pick up my Bible every single day. I wish that I would. It's
You
funny, dude.
should.
I always wish that I would. Like, I should read my Bible. And then I'm like, I start playing a video game. Like 4 hours later, I'm like, I gotta
I
go to
got to
bed.
get back on it. I was reading every single night, and I haven't in the last couple of weeks.
See, that's impressive, dude. I've never been that kind of person. Um, I remember blips and blurbs and like my favorite, quotes and whatnot. But in terms of actually studying it and being highly educated in it and all that, I am not. But I'm also of the belief that you don't have to be in order to have a relationship with God because your relationship with God is one-on-one,
Right.
right? It's my relationship. Just because I don't crack open my Bible every single day doesn't mean that I don't have a personalized relationship with God. Um, so
I'll tell you what's
we,
interesting about that, real quick.
yeah,
So if we're reading the
I was
Bible,
gonna segue, but whatever.
You can segue. A segue got a long battery. Go easy. For reading the Bible, like I always wanted to, like you guys, I was like, I need to read. I want to read. I want to read it. I
Yeah.
always put it off because I think about how big it is,
Yeah. Well,
right?
and that's the thing, dude. Like, it's a book, but you don't read it cover to cover like a book, you know,
Technically.
technically.
But I think about how much there is to read, and I'm always like, I'll never get
Uh-huh.
through that. And it's kind of like trying to get back in shape when you keep like you don't work out and you want
Uh-huh.
to, and you look at yourself and you're like, but I can start today, but it's going to take so long to
Yeah,
get to
I've
where I
got
want to
so
be,
far to go. Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So I was on that side for the Bible, but now that, man, a long time ago I started reading it, and I pretty much read the Bible.
That's
So now I'm
awesome.
on. So just do it.
Now you're on like
It took a
round
while
3.
because like some nights I'd read several chapters, but like I always was reading at least a chapter a night, at least one
Yeah.
every night.
My favorite thing to do whenever I pick up my Bible is just open up to some random page, and then wherever I'm at, backtrack to the beginning of whatever that book is, and then just start there.
It's not a bad thing. Like you could even say, God, please open the page you want me to read, and then open
Yep.
it.
Yep. Yep. Um, I've always enjoyed that. Just picking a random spot and hit and go, and just read it for however long I can read it for. If it's only 5 minutes, and then my kids are coming out of their rooms because they're awake and they want something, okay, so be it. If it's 2 hours later and I'm still reading, awesome. You know, um, I don't think I don't think somebody who is of faith who doesn't read a Bible or has never read a Bible, I don't think they're in the wrong at all. I think it's totally fine, so long as that person understands right from wrong and the general guiding principles, if that makes sense. Maybe the person was taught it when they were a kid and they had that belief instilled in them, and they never felt it was necessary. As long as you've got your personal relationship with God and you understand right from wrong and you abide by his guiding principles, awesome. That's where I'm at. That's where I've always been.
You also can't have the name Gavin Newsom.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go. So, anyways, Nick and I, if y'all can't tell, we very rarely, not a lot, talk about religion on here. It's something that we could talk about
Yeah.
ad nauseum constantly. But we don't. So, with that said, what do we got planned for the rest of the show? I don't know. We had nothing planned in the beginning.
Well,
You really want to talk about California's governor. I know it.
oh, I can't, man. That guy drives me nuts.
I want to make one point real quick, going back to what got us down that whole road in the first place. If that telescope can take those pictures of the cosmos and it can't get a clear picture of that alien aircraft, then in my humble opinion, they're lying to us.
I believe they've been lying for a long damn time.
Oh, me too.
That's all
Me
they know.
too.
Lie. Hey, look over here. Don't look over there.
Exactly. But I'm not going to point fingers and I'm not going to say things because I don't want to get labeled as, we're giving misinformation or disinformation or whatever thing they want to slap on it. I don't want to be that. I hate
The
it when that
world is
happens.
crazy. Everybody's nuts. What are you gonna do about it?
You know what's going to happen, dude? Jesus is going to come back. Somebody's going to talk about it on YouTube and TikTok, and their videos are going to be removed, and it's going to be classified as misinformation, but it's like legit. It's going to be
I was
awesome.
gonna say when we were talking about him coming back, I'm like, technically you're gonna know and think to be cool and crazy, and I'm probably taking off to the camp. But imagine, like, would you do it? Like, I don't know how we do it because then you're worried about your family and whatever. But it'd be kind of neat if when things are starting to get crazy, like we're podcasting it live while it's happening.
Oh, that'd be so cool. We would have to ask him, like, Jesus, can we be your spokespeople?
You go if there was a way to go live on, well, you can go live on YouTube with it, but we're
Oh,
on
that'd
Zoom
be
on our phones.
awesome.
We're on our phones, so we're not like stuck, and we're just like, look at what
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun, dude.
It'd be nuts.
I
Podcasting right till
still want
the
to give
end,
Jesus a
man.
hug.
Well, I
I
love you
still want to
guys.
give him a
Poof,
hug.
you disappear.
Yeah, boom, gone. Oh, that'd be wicked. That'd be a hell of a way to go out, dude.
Wouldn't it be nuts?
Nobody'd be able to deny it. Well, everybody would deny it. Oh, that
And
was
you're gone, and the people
CGI.
left behind, they go back and they find a YouTube and are like, look at this weird podcast. Look at
See,
well,
that's
there
the
was
great
because whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about, in my opinion, whenever we do pass on, um, everything that happened before us, everything about our life, uh, I'm not going to say that it did not matter because it absolutely does matter, but whatever inherent fears that we have, right, are completely gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we ever talked about something on the podcast, for example, that right now in the moment we regret, when we're gone, that regret isn't there anymore. That's pretty awesome.
You know what's awesome is I don't know. I don't have to know what it's going to be like for the people who don't believe, and then all of a sudden there he is, and they're crapping their pants.
Oh, dude, I've thought about that. I've had conversations with people, and I'm like, okay. And you and I think I've said this to you before too, dude. Um, if you're right and I'm wrong, okay. But if I'm right and you're wrong, oh, that's gonna suck for you. Really bad.
That's what they can't get through their head. You are mad at me, right? But if I'm wrong, nothing happened to me.
Nothing happens.
Nothing. But
if you're wrong,
something's gonna happen,
and you're gonna have to deal with it for eternity.
That just gave me kind of something I never thought of, dude. I wonder if that's in part why they hate us and they're pissed at us for believing.
Could be. It could be. Maybe they know they're going to be just eternally damned. I don't know. But if they know
Kind of
that
like
they're going to, if
don't
they know they're
believe
going to be
because
eternally
if
damned,
it's
though,
real, then we'll be alone.
no, well, think about this though. If they know that they're eternally damned, doesn't that make them a believer? Dude,
Did you? I might have already brought this up. There's a comedian. He's very good in his faith and all that, and he's funny. And I keep coming across his skit where he's talking about non-believers, atheists.
yeah.
And they talk about how he's like, so what you're saying is, I'm not going to get it perfect because I haven't heard it in a while, but I'm going to get it, basically. He's like, so you're saying we come from nothing, right? And he starts talking about God, the creator, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could remember it so bad. But in the end, he's like, but if you come from nothing, then where do you go when you die?
Yeah.
It's like, well, into nothing. So back to your creator?
I like it.
That's
I
heaven.
like it. I like it.
And he did talk about like, I should pull the clip up. It is awesome.
You should look it up real quick.
It's
we got time.
Really, you'll die laughing, but it's like pinpoint awesome.
Dude, let's do it. I'd love to do that.
I can't.
I always come back to it was a dude doing a show in front of a live audience. I can't remember the guy's name, but he had this really long piece of rope that stretched out over over the entire stage, right? And one end of the rope had this like red tape wrapped around it, and it was kind of like this, right? Here's the part of the rope with the red tape. Here's the rest of the rope running off of the stage. And what he said was, this is your life. This red tape represents your life here on Earth.
Yes.
The white rope represents everything that occurs forever for the rest of eternity after your time here on Earth is done. And everything that happens for the rest of eternity is based on this tiny red strip of tape, your existence here on Earth. And dude, that resonated with me, bro. I think about that frequently, dude.
Yeah, it's like, so you're worried about this little piece of rope and you don't seem to care about all this.
Yeah, you don't care about forever. All you care about is the here and the now and in the moment because that's what you're experiencing right now. You don't know what you're going to experience for eternity until you cross that proverbial rainbow bridge or whatever you want to call it that leads you to that next pathway.
All right, here's this guy.
Okay.
Some people think God created the universe. Some people think nothing created the universe, which is the funniest guess. And the nothing people make fun of the God people. They say God doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, maybe. But you know what definitely doesn't exist? Nothing. That's the defining characteristic of nothing, is that it doesn't exist. So what are we talking about? Either you think it's God, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove, or you think it's nothing, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove. But I think we can all agree, if your nothing sometimes spontaneously erupts into everything, that's a pretty goddamn magical fucking nothing, you guys. And ask the nothing people, what happens when you die? They'll tell you, nothing. You go into nothing. I'm like, you mean you merge back with your creator? That's heaven, bitch.
Dad, I love that every time I see it.
Dude, that's awesome. Oh my God.
You can't put it better than that.
Oh, that's like the best way I've ever heard it described. That guy, dude, I don't know who that is. That dude's a genius.
He's awesome.
Oh,
You mean you
man.
merge with your creator?
Oh, that felt so good to hear. Oh, that was awesome to hear. I'm so happy right now. That was amazing.
I love it.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Yes.
I got a question because of what you do. You're into understanding,
Certain things.
personalities and different stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Let me put that hat on. Good to go.
So I recently had an issue. I'm not going to get into specifics or people or nothing. I'm going to talk very basically.
Okay, so you're going to keep it vague. Got it.
So when you have a friend or even a family member, right?
Okay.
And normally everything's fine. You can hang out, whatever. But you have
This
an
is somebody you get
altercation.
along with well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a friend or what family guy. You have an altercation, a disagreement, something don't work out, you get pissed with each other. Like a lot of times that happens, and then you take a break, you don't talk to each other for a couple days.
Okay.
I personally have had it happen with several friends. It's like it
Yeah.
happens.
It happened with me and you
Me
a couple
and
years
you,
ago.
I had a really close buddy down south. It happened once with me and him. Funny thing with me is all the few people that were friends of mine that I had that with, my buddy Jim that I grew up with in high school, it's always one. Me and you had one altercation.
Sounds to me so far that you're the common denominator, buddy. What's wrong with you?
I'm just an animal.
No, anyways, go ahead.
No, so I remember having that. We'll talk like when me and you fixed. I was like, I've come to realize, especially when it's a good friend, you tend to have that little bit of a fallout, but then you don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, because I believe that when you actually fix whatever the issue is, you
fix it.
squash the problem. Not only is it fixed, but your relationship it comes back stronger.
Yeah. Like me and you've had nothing ever since.
Yeah, no.
My buddy down south, we had one issue. We didn't talk for a few days. It got fixed, and we never had a problem ever again. We were very
Okay.
close. So that being said, what do you consider fixed? Because in my brain, you have a fallout with your friend. Now you guys want to talk and you want to fix it. You want to
You want to resolve the issue.
Have closure to understand what happened.
Yeah.
Right? Is being fixed do you consider being fixed that you understand each other and you've let it go and you're good. Like there's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you consider it being fixed as long as at least you're to the point where you can talk again, but you still have an issue, you got healing to do, and like it's still raw and you can't, there's things you couldn't do with them. We can only hang out, we can't really do things like
If my opinion, now you're asking for my professional opinion away from the podcast. So, okay. You have a relationship with somebody, regardless of the relationship. A relationship is a relationship. I hope
right,
everybody understands that. You don't have to you don't have to pinpoint boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Nick and I have a relationship.
right,
He's my friend. I'm his friend. We do a podcast together. Um, this is our relationship. So you have a relationship with somebody. Things go south, things get said, and you both come back together with the agreement between the two of you that, hey, we want to squash this, right? You both have, you're alluding to, both parties have said they want it to be squashed, right?
mm-hmm.
To be fixed was your word. Okay. For me, fixed is a totality.
Yeah,
Okay. If it's fixed, then it's squashed. It's totally done, totally over with. No grudges are going to be held. It's akin to, I forgive you and I want to continue with this relationship and continue to build upon this relationship so that it can grow, so that it can become stronger, so that we don't have that issue again in the future. And if we get to a point where we have an issue again, now we'll be able to better understand each other and communicate with each other
so it
the
goes so
correct
it'll work
way so
out.
that it doesn't occur again. When you say fixed, for me, that's fixed, if that makes sense.
Right,
And the thing about it is this: if we're talking about husband, wife, husband, husband, wife, wife, whatever, you're talking about a permanent living situation with somebody where it's a different kind of fixed. You're still very much fixing whatever that issue was, growing together, becoming stronger, learning how to communicate better. Hopefully that issue doesn't come back and repeat itself, right? But
right.
so long as that issue doesn't come back and repeat itself, there's going to be another issue later on down the line. The only thing that we can hope to be is better in our communication fashion with each little bump and hiccup that we have along the way throughout our marriages. With friendships, totally different story. Dude, you and I, we've had a handful of things that we've held a difference of opinion on, and we've only ever had one thing that you and I had a full-blown disagreement on.
Right.
Now, 2-3 years later, if I'm being honest with you, dude, when I say forgiven totally, dude, I don't even remember what we argued about.
I don't either.
I have no clue what it was, because once we squashed it to the point where I went, okay, forget about what the fight was over, because it doesn't matter. We fixed it.
That's what fixing is to me.
So yeah, dude. And ours was literally, God, what year was it, dude? Was it 22 or 23? It was 22, wasn't it?
It was a while ago.
I want to
I think
say it was 3 years ago.
It was at least 3.
I want to say it was 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm trying, bro. I have zero recollection of what it was about.
I don't remember what exactly started. I know the very basic of what it was, but I don't know
I don't
the
even know
full
that.
context.
I don't even know what the basics were. And to be honest with you, because it's been fixed, I don't care to know. Right?
I don't. I actually, the first time I thought about it was today because of something happening with me, and it actually
Oh,
brought
gotcha.
it brought me and your little thing, and then my other buddy, me and his little thing. I'm like,
But that's
and that's why I'm
that's
like
the
in my
thing,
head, I'm
though.
like, that's what I did with Brandon, what I did with my buddy Chris. That's fixing it.
That's fixed. Yeah. If somebody if somebody says, okay, I want to fix this, you have your dialogue between the two of you, you deliberate or whatever you want to call it, right? You're trying to fix it amicably, they're trying to fix it amicably. You come to some sort of a resolution, and then the other party involved goes, okay, I'm really glad we got that over with, but I can't deal with you for a while because my emotions are still too high.
It's not fair.
Then it's not fixed. They have a problem. Why would that person say that it's been resolved? It obviously hasn't been.
Yeah,
Is that what we're getting at?
that's what it'd be like when we had ours and we go ahead and talk and like, okay, we're good, we can talk. And I say, but Brandon, there's still some emotions. Like, you can't co-host right now. I can't have you co-hosting with me. I couldn't handle it. You're gonna
Oh
have to do
yeah,
something in the
no.
background, and maybe we talk about it later, and we'll revisit it. Like,
No, that would
okay,
not
then
fly.
it's not fixed then.
Yeah. No, it's not fixed
If I
at
can't
all.
sit here with you next to me podcasting, we didn't fix anything.
Nope. Yeah, we're on the same page 100%.
All right, thank you. Because I'm confused. I get told, I'll have somebody say, okay, we're good. And I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody's happy. Everybody's laughing. Then the very next day, there's well, I still have this, so you can't do that. It's like, wait a minute. You literally just said we're good.
Then you're not good.
We're not good.
And in you asked for my professional opinion. Here's my professional opinion. I am a little bit of an asshole when it comes to friendships.
I know.
I am. What can I do? Let me explain. I have a very small inner circle. Okay. Always have, always will. Very small, very few people.
You're like me.
If you're in my inner circle, then that means that I've given you X amount of trust. And trust is earned, it's not freely given. Okay. What people don't understand is when we as a human being allow somebody into our inner circle, it's exactly what it sounds like. I have allowed that person to be within my people that I choose to associate with. Okay. If somebody says, okay, everything's all good, and then a day later, 2 days later, a week later, oh, no, we're not that good. Do I really need you in my circle? Or am I holding on to what the something was before all this shit went down?
Right.
You cannot seem to get over the hump, even though you told me that things were done and over and in the past. You've demonstrated that they're not. Cool. I'll step back. Because again, at the end of the day, we choose who's in our circle. And it goes both ways.
It does.
That person also chose to allow you into their circle, right? But if they're going to be pushing you away from their circle while you're still accepting them into yours, dude, they've already bought the ticket. Let them fucking ride the train.
And that other thought I have, I actually feel for those people. Because in my brain,
Oh, they got to be miserable.
yeah, it's like, so you're a person that wants to heal.
But you
when
don't
you
know
take
how.
something like a friendship, right? And you're fixing something, but you can't fully fix it.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's something you just can't let go. I call that what it is. It's harboring.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, you're holding a
can't let it
grudge for
go.
sure.
You can't let it go.
Yep.
That's not healthy,
No.
right? You're not heal. How are you going to heal if you can't let it go? It's like they
Well,
grab onto it, be like, "Well, I got to hold on to this."
and the thing about human beings, dude, is there's something that Dr. Paul Ekman coined way back in the day. I'm not going to get into super crazy fucking details, but you can look it up if you want to. Dr. Paul Ekman. He wrote quite a few books. He's a I'm not going to give you his whole background. Just Google it if you're curious, people. Anyways, he talks about in one of his books, Emotions Revealed, he talks about the emotional refractory period, which is the length of time that we as human beings experience an emotion when we feel that emotion. Okay. If you're happy for an hour, you were in the emotional refractory period for an hour. We run a gambit of emotions all day. Nobody wakes up super crazy happy and blissful and then goes to bed super crazy happy and blissful while remaining super crazy happy and blissful all fucking day long, unless they're stoned out of their mind. Okay. Or they're like, or they're a crazy person. You'll experience the whole gambit of emotions all day, every day, right? Um, but the length of time that you feel that emotion is the emotional refractory period. Now, there are things that can trigger you to enter back into the emotional refractory period for that emotion at a later date and time. Case in point, you get into an argument with your significant other. The two of you resolve it the way that you resolve it. It's now the next day, right? You have your discussion. It's quote unquote squashed the way that a relationship would be with a spouse or significant other. But for the next 30 minutes, every time you cross your significant other's line of sight, they look at you like they're going to eat you for fucking breakfast, right? Like they give you the death glare, right? They're still in the emotional refractory period. Your resolving of the situation is there. You've come to your amicable conclusion, whatever that is, right? Whatever compromise you came up with. But that person can't help what they're feeling because it's a response from the limbic system. It's an emotional response. Emotions reside within our subconscious. We have zero control over them. Okay. So in that person's mind, they've forgiven you, but in their conscious mind, they've forgiven you, but in their subconscious mind, they're like, oh, this oh, he pissed me off earlier. I'm still feeling it. We've had our conversation. I forgive you, but give me another 30 to 45 minutes and then we'll be able to act like it never happened before. If that continues to happen for days or weeks or whatever, dude, that person is not getting over it.
No.
They're just stuck in that emotional refractory period. It's not necessarily something that you're doing, bud. If whatever we're talking to is between you and somebody else and is active or not, I don't fucking know. Understand that it lies with that person and that person choosing to allow themselves to continue to feel that way. Because remember, dude, when we get offended by somebody, we're not offended by the thing that the person did or the person said. We allow ourselves to feel the way we feel when we choose not to become in control of our own emotions once we cognitively are aware of the emotion that we're experiencing.
Right.
The thing that Paul Ekman says about the emotional refractory period is the majority of people, when they enter it, they have no clue that they're in it, which is why in the heat of the moment, you might say the world's worst thing possible to somebody because it makes you feel good to get at them, right? But when you think about it later, you're like, oh, fuck, I really shouldn't have said that, right? There are methodologies that you can use that help you become aware of the fact that, holy shit, I'm in the emotional refractory period. The best thing I would tell anybody is start reading on some books. Emotions Revealed is a good one. Telling Lies is another good one by Dr. Paul Ekman. And start doing self-evaluation and reflection for anybody who struggles with anger issues or whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah, I'm going to stop there because it's getting long-winded, buddy. You want me to put my professional hat on? Put my professional hat on, okay?
Well, then I think a little bit further because there can be an
And no, I ain't no
issue
therapist.
that happen. Like, okay, so you take a person and say weeks ago they had an altercation with somebody,
Uh-huh.
and it's a friend.
Weeks
and
ago.
then it's again the same thing. It's fixed, but then no, not really. We're okay, but I can't look at you for a while. That's not
Mm-mm.
fixed.
It's not fixed.
So they're holding on to it. Well,
Yeah.
now,
Like you said, harboring, they're
yeah.
holding the grudge.
So some weeks go by, they're still feeling it, and now something else comes up. the way I look at it is it's kind of like when you have a backpack.
Okay.
Okay. It's an emotional uh capacity, how much you can handle.
Uh-huh.
So like a backpack, like if you are going to the store and you have to have this much stuff, but you can't get it all in your backpack because your backpack already got some stuff in it that you refuse to get out of it.
So it's going to overflow.
So now it's overflowing. So now you're walking with an overload, which has
Mm-hmm.
got you off balance. So you end up dropping something and then you break it.
Mm-hmm.
This is my kind of
I love it.
you get it?
Yeah, I love the analogy.
So if you have an emotional you're not letting go, and then you come across another situation, you get another one, some of your your capacity is already being taken up by a different thing. So you don't have room to deal with this whole thing. So this thing ends up being worse than really what it is because you don't have room for it.
Well, and here's the other thing. Human beings are very prone to negativity. So if you're holding on to that negative emotion and you're not leaving room for the other positive emotions, and like you said, your backpack is overflowing, so something drops and it breaks, that's just going to re-piss you off even more. So that anger that you're feeling is just going to grow and it's
Yeah.
just going to fester and until it becomes this all-consuming kind of thing. And guess what? Now you're miserable.
And
That's
the other,
misery, dude.
right. And the other thing that happens with that is when you have too many of those, even the stupid things that you would have never been bothered by are ticking you off
Yep.
because you have no more capacity. You
And
can't
then you're
hold it.
and then you find yourself, saying phrases or words like, I just can't deal with this. I'm so stressed out right now. Well, why are you so stressed out
Exactly.
right now? What are you holding on to?
I just need a break from things.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, people like that, a lot of times they're like, they got to take a break. They got to find themselves. I've been through that.
No,
I've
everybody
been through the
does.
whole, I got
Yeah.
to figure myself out years
Yeah,
ago.
absolutely. It's understandable.
But you're never going to get there if you can't let things go
This is true.
because you're so focused on the things you won't let go.
Yeah.
You're trying to get better, but all you keep thinking about is they did that. Well,
Well,
you're spending so much time focused on that instead of just getting better.
Mhm. And here's the great thing about keeping a close-knit, small inner circle of people. Um, I'm going to use it as a business analogy, okay? So you want to start a business, for example. When you start your business, you're the president, you're the CEO, it's your little fucking baby, right? Are you going to run every single facet and every single aspect of the business 100% of the time? Are you going to take care of all the booking? Are you going to take care of all the scheduling? Are you going to take care of all the product? Are you going to take care of all of the distribution? Are you going to take care of the marketing, the advertising? You understand where I'm getting at?
Mhm.
Or are you going to hire a team of people that are going to be each doing, here's your task, here's your task, here's your task, here's your task, in order to make this business efficient? Once you hire that core group of individuals, that core group of people, you as the business owner, you have to have that trust. You have to understand that those people are there to do a job and that they are going to do the job to the best of their abilities because they're the best of the best in the industry that you're choosing to start this business in. That's why you hired them. That's why you brought them in to your inner circle. You have to have that trust. Once you don't have that trust, and that trust is gone for whatever reason, dude, that's when we see people come in and they start micromanaging. Then once they start managing, their stress levels go absolutely insane through the fucking roof.
Nothing's
And then
right.
one thing leads to another, and ultimately businesses close. And I'm not saying that that's every single case in point, but what I'm trying to get at is you're going to have bumps and bruises and scrapes along the way, but just like your body heals and comes back stronger a lot of the time, you need to allow yourself to emotionally heal and come back stronger. So that tight-knit group, your small inner core of people, that's what they allow us to do.
I'm the
Everybody
same
needs to
way,
take a
man.
break for every once in a while, dude. That's why that's why we go on vacations, bro. We need to have a reset button
Oh, absolutely.
so that we can come back bigger, better, stronger, faster, whatever you want to call it. More drunk, a little bit more overweight, depending on what kind of vacation we go on, right? But it's a reset. Um, it sounds to me that if a person is saying, I need a reset, they take a reset, they come back, a short period of time later, they need to take another reset, then that individual, that person needs to reevaluate that relationship. If we're going back to the business thing, maybe they need to reevaluate their position within the business. Maybe they're just trying to hold on to too much and they need to relinquish some control somewhere. I don't know. And I don't know what you're alluding to either, but it sounds to me like the other individual has a lot of shit to work on. So what I would recommend is anybody who's on the receiving end, like what you were talking about, just take a step back, let them work it out. Let them work it out. If they want to ride the train, if they want to buy the ticket, let them ride the train. You know, if they come back, cool. If they don't, cool. Just saying.
Whatever.
Let me ask you this, and this is for anybody out there who's listening or watching. Will your life continue without that person in it? If you go to bed tonight and that person is not a part of your life tonight, are you still going to wake up in the morning?
Exactly. Just
saying. Now, there are certain people that I would never say that about my wife. I would never say that about my wife. She's like the best thing on the planet to ever fucking happen to me. But if we're just talking about like, you know, friendships, whether it be a light friendship or more of an acquaintance, that's kind of my mindset. A deeper friendship connection, like what me and you have, dude, when we say something's fixed, it's fucking fixed.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no wishy-washy bullshit.
So people out there, love your friends, love your family, and
love your neighbors.
If you have an issue, fix the issue.
Fix it. Squash
Don't harbor. It's not.
Let it go.
It's no benefit to you. It's only hurting you.
You'll feel better. And if that person fucks up again, well, there's the official train ride that they took. Peace. Love y'all.
We're out of time. It was fun being with y'all. We'll see you next time on Coast to Coast.
Like, subscribe, comment, share.
Did it. We did it last second. Later, y'all.